This is a book about strategy, written by a former CEO and a business school dean. When we met, we were neither of those things. More than 20 years ago, when we first worked together on a study of P&G's distribution channels, it was as a category manager in P&G's laundry business and an outside consultant from a small but growing strategy firm called Monitor Company. Working on that assignment, we formed the basis of a very productive and very long friendship. By the time we became, respectively, CEO of P&G and Dean of the Rotman School of Management, we were true thinking partners on strategy and worked together in earnest on the transformation of P&G between 2000 and 2009. This book is the story of that transformation and the approach to strategy that informed it. Details on the results of the transformation may be found in Appendix A. This approach grew out of the strategy practice at Monitor Company and subsequently became the standard process at P&G. Over the course of our careers, we worked to develop a robust framework around our strategic approach, a way to teach the concepts to others, and a methodology for bringing it to life in an organization. Within Monitor, Michael Porter, Mark Fuller, Sandy Pocharski, and Jonathan Goodman played important roles in advancing this thinking. At P&G, Tom Lako, Steve Donovan, Clayt Daly, Gil Cloyd, and dozens of other business and functional leaders, including those whose stories are told in this book, all contributed substantially to the work of sharpening the strategy of the company. Along with Michael Porter, academics Peter Drucker and Chris Argyris were seminal influences who shaped our thinking and work. Ultimately, this is a story about choices, including the choice to create a discipline of strategic thinking and strategic practice within an organization. Though we use P&G as our main example, this doesn't mean that our approach to strategy can only be effective in a global consumer goods company. We've seen it powerfully used in all manner of industries and all sizes of organizations, including startups, not-for-profits, and government agencies. But it was at P&G that we were really able to use this approach across a wide range of businesses, geographies, and functions, and over a decade, and to see where it worked and didn't work. So that is the story we have chosen to tell. We will use P&G brand, category, sector, function, and company examples to illustrate the strategy concepts and tools throughout the book. Of course, not all companies look like P&G, but it is our hope that through examples from across P&G's diverse businesses, organizations, and levels, the lessons for your organization will become clear. What is strategy? Strategy is a relatively young discipline. Until the middle of the last century, much of what people now think of as strategy was categorized simply as management. So it is really no wonder that many organizations struggle to define what a strategy is and how to create a useful one. There is no single, clear, and pervasive definition of strategy, and even less consensus on how to build one. When a strategy succeeds, it seems a little like magic, unknowable and unexplainable in advance, but obvious in retrospect. It isn't. Really? Strategy is about making specific choices to win in the marketplace. According to Mike Porter, author of Competitive Strategy, perhaps the most widely respected book on strategy ever written, a firm creates a sustainable competitive advantage over its rivals by deliberately choosing a different set of activities to deliver unique value. Strategy, therefore, requires making explicit choices, to do some things and not others, and building a business around those choices. In short, strategy is choice. More specifically, strategy is an integrated set of choices that uniquely positions the firm in its industry so as to create sustainable advantage and superior value relative to the competition.